this show was actually pretty good. Yeah, there was stuff that did not make any sense, and that just pissed me off. And I'll talk about it, but overall, the show's quality was pretty good. Seeing that the fans, and there are not that many fans there, particularly the ones that are being hired. I know it kind of makes some sense if you're a television show. You'd rather have people there that'll really cheer or boo for the product that you really want. But honestly, in a wrestling show, it just doesn't seem to really make me feel comfortable. But anyway, the show wasn't bad. Let's go to Guido, Joseph Park, and the ending, I hope. Joseph Park sits at a table with everybody, and pretty much they don't want to sit next to him. He sits next to Guido, says, the Abyss, I know I'm the Abyss, I'm crazy, but I'm sorry. I want to make up for you. I got your visa. He gives him the visa, and then a county mountie comes to him. And if you don't know what a county mountie is, it's a police officer who basically takes care of the road. That's what truckers call a county mountie. In this case, it's Canadian police officer. If they still wear those clothes, I don't know if they do. I think they still do. It kind of looks stereotypical, but if it's true, it makes sense. And he says, you can't be here. You're not a Canadian citizen, and you have no visa. And he said, wait, I got a visa. Nope, that visa don't work. And then he said, Joseph, help me. He says, I can only help you if you're in America. And he's gone. Please let this be over. Please let this be over. Please let this be over. Do I believe so? No. I have this strange feeling Laurel Van Ness is coming back into the picture. And they're going to have him try and marry Laurel Van Ness. I'm hoping no. But it could happen. It could happen with Laurel Van Ness. That's what I'm thinking. And to be honest, I think I thought this a while ago. Why not let him marry Laurel Van Ness? This is when they were first starting the stupid angle with Laurel Van Ness. Let him marry Laurel Van Ness, become a Canadian citizen, and then try to get a visa into America after that. That's what I originally thought. So now they're doing the reverse. Ugh. Now, the 2 6-man tags. Why? I really felt this was a waste of time, both matches. Was the match quality bad? No. Let's go with the X Division 6-man tag. Garza Jr. was there, which I'm kind of surprised. Weren't they supposed to be pushing him somewhere near the main event? Why is he in the X Division? I'm botching now because I'm kind of angry about that. If you're going to be showing Garza Jr. so much in the main event, I know they got a lot going on there. Why not put him into the Grand Championship? It actually would make some sense than the Grand Championship match I will talk about in a minute. Then you had Desmond Xavier and Ishimori. I believe I'm pronouncing his name right. Please let me get it right this time. I've been trying to get his name right. I'm always bad with names if I don't see the wrestler often enough. But if Ishimori is his name, it was good to see him and Desmond Xavier, and it was kind of a question why they had Garza Jr. there. They could have done something better with him. To be honest, it's upsetting. Why isn't Trevor Lee wrestling or doing backstage segments or doing storylines? He's just in a random match. Look, I keep saying put an X Division on Explosion. Now you're talking about the Global Wrestling Network. I don't care about the Global Wrestling Network. I care about these guys getting stories that people will care about. So throw them onto Explosion, and the Explosion is going to be on a GWN network. Put them on there. Stop showing the X Division on Pop. I know people are not happy about it. No one wants to see the X Division when they can't even... I'm sorry I'm yelling. I'm just very upset that the X Division is not being prominently featured. There's no storylines for them. They're being given random matches. Trevor Lee is not doing anything. Anyone who is supposed to go after him like Desmond Xavier is just an afterthought. Put them on another show and right there. Right for them there. That's just how I feel. Here's another one. This is about Gail Kim. Was I happy about how she presented herself in the ring with JB and Ali? She wasn't bad. Look, I want to say this very clear. I'm not against Gail Kim. I'm not a big Gail Kim fan, but I do like her. I saw her in WWE. I've seen her here. The problem I had is that she was so overbooked for 4 to 5 years. It ruined the knockouts. And actually, as far as I'm concerned, and you guys can tell me below, it really diminished her legacy to be overbooked. And the women that were there, the Allies, the Terrence Terrells, there's so many women that have been there that could have already been over for quite a while. Laura Van Ness could have been much more over than she is. Allie should be way more over than she is, and should have already gotten the title again. Sienna should have been given a lot better push than she had until what happened with Gail Kim. Look what happened to Rosemary. She was hot until Gail Kim came back and went from here. Whoop. Even Jade, who worked with her. What happened to Jade? Gone. She just poofed. After she had that great feud with Rosemary, the minute she was touched by Gail Kim, she was done. And now she's not even in the company now. I know she might have left because of some type of contract problem or she just didn't want to stay there. It's not the point. The point that other women could have been over more. And that, I feel, has diminished her legacy. But does she have a legacy? Yes, she does. Did she do a good job here? She did a good job, but it was still about her. And I don't know if she's going to go to WWE, ROH, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Lucha Underground. Who knows where she's going to go? Maybe she will really retire. And this is what if I could go to Gail and I found out that she's truly retiring, this is what I would say to her. I would say, Gail, you need to do one thing. Open a dojo and teach men and women how to wrestle. And I know a lot of guys and girls are going to say, do what? Make her teach women's wrestling to women. No. Gail Kim is a wrestler. And I would rather see Gail Kim have a unisex type of dojo and train both sexes. I would love, and this is coming full circle for women, because women want equality. How would it be if one day a male wrestler went to the WWE and they state the person who trained this guy is Gail Kim from her dojo, her school? How would that be a true legacy? That a woman's wrestler trained, a former woman's wrestler who's a legend trains a man. Not hearing a man trained by another man. A man trained by a woman. That is what I think would be her true legacy. It's not about how just women's wrestling has gotten better because of a woman like her. It's not just about that. It's about when you retire and tell the next generation, I can teach you to be the best. And I don't care what sex you are. I will teach you how to be the best. And that's my true legacy. Teaching the next generation that it doesn't matter what sex you are, you can truly succeed. And that's if the business actually becomes more stable for both sexes, which I wish it would one day. Both sexes should have better quality. But that's just my wish. Anyway, let's move on to what's next. Eli Drake. No. Let me take that back. EC3 versus Falaba. Why? Why was there no build? Why was he even there, Falaba? And I'm not against Falaba. Supposedly from the Crash Wrestling promotion. Guys, tell me below. I know he's from GFW, but why do they keep doing that? Saying that he's from Crash. Unless he is, and I could be wrong. You guys, tell me below. But why wasn't there any build? What happened to Matt Sydal? They had that promo last week, and now this week you're having a match with Falaba. No Matt Sydal comes out. EC3 has to struggle, and I wish they would stop doing 50-50 booking with this Grand Championship match. Why not just let him beat somebody? Or why not there be some type of controversy where there's no way to tell who was the winner? It was a split decision and there's no winner. And they have a fight or something. That would be better than how they're doing it. It's not a 100% bad concept. I just wish they wouldn't make it so predictable. But what happened to Matt Sydal? I'm just saying. The 6-man tag. I didn't forget about the 6-man tag between OVE and LAX. Now, I think Samuel, what is the guy's name? Samuel Clement? I I can't remember the guy's last name. I think his name is Samuel. He had a nice segment before that match. Then you had this match. And he lost with OVE. Why? And the thing that got me confused. The match is supposed to be a 6-man tag. Then it broke into a brawl. And understand, the bell rang when the brawl started. So it makes you think, is this like a street fight? Is this like a no holds bar? Is this like a no falls, a no count out? What was it? And then they finally got into the ring and started wrestling to a certain extent. Commentators didn't make it any better. And I didn't say anything about Jimmy Jacob because I didn't know what was going on with him. If he's taking the place of the Pope, I wouldn't be too... I really missed the Pope because I felt he was a better balance between all three of them. Now, this guy isn't too bad, but I miss the Pope D'Angelo De Niro. I understand if he didn't want to come to Canada, that's why he quit, or he just not doing it. But I do miss the Pope. The match wasn't bad. The crowd was into it. But the problem was this. What did it give you? Really? Why didn't they just have a squash match? Again, let LAX have a squash match with other people before they got a match with these guys. Then LAX won. What was the point? Now, I am going to the second to the last I'm going to talk about. And this is Petey Williams versus Eli Drake. Eli has become a ring general. If anyone thinks he hasn't, he has. If you didn't see my Bound for Glory review, I said it very clearly. I could not see Eli Drake as a ring general. He just didn't show me something that he can guide the match, that he could do something he wouldn't normally do, that he was willing to adjust, adapt, or give something that he normally wouldn't do, but he could if he wanted to. And he showed me he could. Here he's done the same thing. Yeah, it's because he's done a couple extra flips and stuff, but it's not about the flips. It's not about the high flying. It's the point that when he wants to do it, he can do it. He pulls it out when he wants to. Now, was this a good match? It was a good match. It was a good match, particularly that Chris Adonis didn't interject himself too much. And we really saw that Eli Drake and Petey Williams could do a good job. And I will say this about Petey Williams. I could see Petey as a champion, but not today. If they just moved there from Florida to Canada, I just couldn't see him becoming champion immediately. It wouldn't have worked. Even though the crowd would love it. There's no story behind it. He just got a shot. Now, a lot of people say, yeah, he needed to win. The shot would have been great. I just don't feel like that shot would have been good. And he would have needed a real story behind it. And a lot of people say he has a story. He just came back. What did he do for 4 to 5 months since he came back? Nothing. He had a chance in the X Division. They should have gave him the X Division title. Let him run with it for at least a month or two, then drop it and then try to go after Eli Drake. That would have been a better story. That he came back and won a title after 10 years, then he lost that one, but then he finally claimed a big prize. The same one that Samoa Joe got, that Bobby Roode got, that AJ Styles got, that Christopher Daniels got, that Kazarian got. Everybody that I mentioned at one time or another got that title. And then a few of them went and got the world championship. And that would have been a better story. But that's just me. I did enjoy it. It was okay. Finally, the final thing I want to talk about was Storm's speech. That was a beautiful speech. It took away from the Gail Kim Street. Look, if you compare Gail Kim's speech compared to James Storm's speech, it was on another level. And it's not because he's a man either. It's because it was something special. We've always had some type of controversy between MMA and professional wrestling. There's always been one there. And I gotta say this, the story that they made was not a great one. But it did make sense to have it like this. Once Dan Lambert came to the ring and said he wants that contract broken. He wants a release for Bobby Lashley because they broke his word and broke the word to him that Bobby was going to have the release. Then guess what? Moose comes out. He says, you left your boys home and you're here, I'm going to kick your ass. Moose comes out. Moose gets his ass kicked by everyone in the back. Then James Storm comes out, and he helps kick the ass of most of those guys there and knocks a glass, well, you know, candy glass bottle on someone's head who's laying in the middle of the ring while he pulls his promo. It was kind of funny having that guy in the middle of the ring pulling a promo. But was the promo good? Yes. I felt that this was one of the best promos I've seen in quite a while from Impact, and one of the most profound promos I've heard from pretty much James Storm in a while. Now, I know a lot of people would say it wasn't that great, but let's be honest here. Right now, wrestling is getting its ass kicked by MMA. It doesn't matter if it's UFC, Bellator, whatever company that's producing mixed martial arts, they're actually getting their butts kicked. Yeah, the WWE is making great money, but they should be making incredible money compared to UFC, compared to Bellator, compared to most. I mean, their numbers kind of still fluctuate, the WWE. And with these smaller promotions like GFW, they're still getting killed. They don't make as much money as they did because now there's competition from another type of genre, a much more physical genre. So this kind of made it work for me. Anyone else, maybe it didn't, but for me it did. In the end, I don't know where they're going to go with Dan Lambert and Top Team and Lashley. I don't know where they're going to go with this. But I'm just seeing it in respect that it was a damn good speech. And it made me care more about GFW. That I felt really raised the show for me personally. Because the last couple of months, I've been very frustrated about GFW. And I've stated it, and I still feel like I need to do it. I haven't had much time to really check out the other promotion I wanted to look at, and that is NWL. That's the National Wrestling League. That's the one I'm going to focus on, I believe, in the beginning to the middle of January. I still got a lot of stuff I'm learning, but I really want to focus on that. But I'm not forgetting about GFW. If they keep giving me content like this, I'll still watch it, and I'll probably still do reviews on it and do NWL on the side. Just my point of view. You guys tell me below how you feel. And because I didn't do anything for Monday, I'm actually releasing 2 more videos after this. If I can, I'm going to do it all tonight. Right now, it's almost 11 in the night right now. So if I can, I'll have it all done maybe by 1 or 2 o'clock. I really want to do it. I want to release more than 1 video today. So you're going to see this video and 2 more after that. One is going to be the Survivor Series preview, and another one's going to be talking about James Ellsworth. Watch for them. I'm sure I can get them done tonight. If not, they should be uploaded tomorrow morning back to back. Have a good day. Have a good night. Peace!